In his book, which you can find at tcotlc.com, on the first page, he mentions something shocking about our math system. Allow me to enlighten you. If 4 divided by 2 is the inverse operation of 2 times 2 equaling 4, then it would naturally follow that 2 divided by 1 is the inverse operation of 1 times 1 equaling 2. The number 4 is divided by 2 twice, and the truth is, the number 2 is divided by 1 twice. Addition: 2 plus 2 equals 4, and 1 plus 1 equals 2. Subtraction: 4 minus 2 equals 2, and 2 minus 1 equals 1. Multiplication: 2 times 2 equals 4, and 1 times 1 equals 1.
Do you know how I figured it out? What's 1 times 1?
1 times 1 is 1.
To multiply means to do what? To make more, right?
Yes.
Increase a number?
Yes.
Multiply?
Yes.
How can 1 times 1 equaling 1 be part of the multiplication table? It was to satisfy the term multiply. It doesn't multiply.
Terrence explains that multiplication involves making more or increasing in number.
That's enough to be going on with. If you watch the protracted discussion that Terrence Howard has with Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan Experience, you'll see Terrence Howard do this sort of thing over and over again in the method of his thinking, the way he considers things. He does it with the great red spot on the planet Jupiter and its future in becoming a moon. I'm not going to go over that stuff. But what he has is he has this tendency to create what I would just call material models or material realities or material analogies rather. So when he talks about why 1 times 1 has to equal 2, he says, what does it mean to multiply? To multiply means to make more of, right? And the problem with that, and so 1 times 1 must equal 2 because otherwise it doesn't satisfy the nature of multiplication itself. And what I would say here is that this is an equivocation. An equivocation is when you use 2 terms that actually mean different things, but you equate the 2. So for example, a bank shot and a bank loan use the term bank in different ways that are almost wholly unrelated to one another. The word multiply in a metaphysical or a material sense does mean to make more of. If we say the bacteria multiplied or the virus multiplied, we do mean that it made more of itself, right? But that is only loosely related to the mathematical operation of multiplication. Now, without getting into the philosophy of mathematics, which is actually pretty interesting, when we look at the multiplication table, 1 times anything is that thing. 1 times any number is that number. 1 as a multiplier, it's just asking how many of something do we have. So avoiding the discussion of beings of reason and relations of reason, which is what we would have to get into in order to do this rightly, we can point out Terrence Howard's error in this, and we can see the equivocation emerge thusly. He says that 1 times 1 equals 2 because multiplication means to make more of. But for example, if you started with Adam and Eve, right? The first humans that have created 8 billion humans. Why isn't 1 times 1 8 billion? Because procreating is it's a material kind of multiplication. And so you can see that if we allow Terrence Howard's equivocation on the notion of multiplication to go forward, it doesn't mean that 1 times 1 equals 2. It means that 1 times 1 could be anything. It could be 8 billion. So that is an example that highlights the havoc that this kind of equivocation plays. Terrence Howard is just sort of adept at trying to explain it in a way that gives the appearance of erudition when it just is simply fundamentally a mistake. So that's it. Just wanted to do a short video addressing the Terrence Howard mistake. Next time I want to talk about how people's stated identities of themselves do not and should not obligate me as a Christian to agree with them. We'll talk about that next time.